Okay guys, we are back. I've dropped off a load of stuff.
I need to find food.
And we are back just outside the barn, which is just over there. Those deer are panicking because they see me run by. It's, the weather's changed, but it's actually warmer now. Like I'm actually in the plus for my temperature. You can see a wolf over there. It's probably that same wolf, honestly. Right. Ooh, there's some crackers in this car. Honestly, at this point, I might start actually eating stuff like crackers.
I could use this.
Ooh, a flare shell. So I'm not going to be able to find a flare pistol. Because that spawns in like 2 locations, I think. And we're not going to be anywhere near where that spawns. Because we've either got to go up to the top of Timberwolf Mountain, or we need to go to the connector area. I can't remember what it's called. It's the train bridge over the massive ravine. I think it's just called Ravine, the area. And yeah, I don't really want to go there. It's not a very nice area. Gonna use beef jerky to keep us going. It's quite desolate right now around here. There is quite a few areas though we're still searching Pleasant Valley. Like I said, there's the farmstead, which is probably where we're going to go next. There's Signal Hill, which is the radio station. There is some random assortments of cottages that can spawn. What's that? Oh, it's a deer. I thought it was a bear for a second there. Crows are circling something over there. It's probably a dead deer, honestly. There's like a dead deer spawn next to that shed there, if I remember. If you've watched my interloper attempts on my channel, you might know what this shed is. This shed was the death of me at one point. Because I forgot to make a fire when I was harvesting a deer once. And it took me from being, like, in the best situation possible to the worst situation possible. And I instantly was, like, dead. Rifle cartridge. Ammo's not such much of a problem anymore. Oh, nice. So much wood. That's gonna be great. Yeah, ammo's not really... Okay, I just heard a deer. Ammo's not really a problem for us right now. We should be good to go, I think, for the rest of this challenge. In fact, I'm going to reload and top off our gun. Some more cattails down here. I might actually grab those before we head on. Yeah, there's also a draft dodger's cabin. There's possibly some caches on this area as well. I'm not actually sure if they spawn though in the challenge mode. There's like these special caches that have a chance to spawn in this map inside Pleasant Valley or on Mystic Lake. And those spawns can be great. There's different ones. There's like food cache. There's a weapons cache, stuff like that. And they're like little underground bunkers that you can find. But I'm not actually sure if they spawn in a challenge mode, so I'm not even able to show them off. But those are great for topping off like all your various supplies if you need them. And it's a great way to get started as well if you are starting a survival attempt. You go to one of those and you'll just come out with so much gear or so much food to start off with that it's going to be just fantastic for your start. Okay, so the farmstead is just going to be up this hill. I could have crossed the bridge, but we're already down in the riverbed anyway, so I might as well just follow it. Now up here, there is a chance of a bear that will walk by the barn. I mean, the farmstead. So I'm going to be kind of cautious here. There are wolves also that can patrol this area, but usually they're a bit further out. Usually are more in the orchards. Further along. No, that's a good sign there's deer on this side. Now, I don't actually know if you actually ever see bears go after deer. It's not something I'm actually aware of. Anyway, the farmstead is great because not only is it like one of the best buildings in the entire game for all your needs, because it's got a crafting bench and like tons and tons of supplies and food and stuff. Not only that, but it also points over towards Signal Hill, which is that way. And there's just so much stuff here for you. You can make this a pretty good base of operations. It's a good place to set up, like, early on in the game, if you find it. It's also in the centre of Pleasant Valley, more or less, so you can pretty much get anywhere from here, and everywhere's not too far away. Gives you a good sort of location to be bringing stuff back. I don't think much spawns out here, but I'll have a look anyway. We do have a fire barrel, if you need a fire barrel. Piece of coal. That grape soda is going to be so cold. Yeah, let's check the basement first. The basement's the part that's got the crafting bench in it. Can find a few good things down here. I'll get my lantern out. Okay, it's kind of dark down here, despite how light it is outside. I don't really need any scrap metal. I don't think there's anything under the steps either. Nope. More matches. I should really stop collecting matches at this point. I just don't use them. I'm never going to get through them all. Worn gauntlets. Man, they're heavy. I'm not sure if we'll use those, but I'll take them anyway for now. I can always leave them in the farmstead. New light shell. Let's grab that and have a look at that. Because I want something that's a bit lighter to wear. There's another ski jacket. Don't need another one of those. Don't need another wool shirt.
Feels like a lot of gear.
It's actually pretty warm down in the basement as well. Not as warm as it is in the house, but if you need to just get out of the cold for a few minutes, you can dive into the basement. Don't need any more painkillers. I'll take the antiseptic and a bandage though. I always mistake that book for a book that you can pick up. There's some quality tools if you need them.
That'll come in handy.
Some more work pants. Don't need those. More thermal underwear. I feel kind of bad tossing away all this good clothing, but at the same time I don't really need any more. I just need to find some clothing that's light and warm now. Gives me good protection against the cold. And yeah, be careful when you're walking past here, because you can fall off that, and it does break your legs and give you injuries if you are unfortunate enough. Yeah, it's definitely happened to me once before. Because I think it collects over time if you fall off a couple of small things like that. A couple of small ledges occasionally like that, and I think it just does mess up your character some. And that door can definitely do damage to you as well. Jerry can. Yeah, we don't need any of that stuff, unfortunately, in a moment. I'm not even sure at this point what we still need besides food and wood. We still need to place the rifle in there and the hatchet. Most of this stuff, though... Actually, we might be just good to go. We might not even need to go anywhere else, honestly. Because tinder is really easy to get, because there's tons of it inside of the Quonset garage building itself. We've picked up a ton of wood. Let me think. I put down 4 inside the building that we are holding stuff in at the moment. How much have I got on me right now? Picked up 3, so I need to get 1 more piece. Then everything else, really. We've got the rifle, we've got a hatchet, we've got a spare hatchet actually. Water's easy to get because we can just use a fire barrel inside the building, inside the Quonset garage, and just melt tons of snow. Food will take a bit longer, but we can get that through hunting if we need to. And we've got quite a collection of food at the moment over in that building, because we've got like the MRE and tons of crackers and stuff like that. We might actually not need to continue searching Pleasant Valley, but I'll keep on going for now, just because there might be some good, you know, high pieces of food or something, like high calorie pieces of food that we could grab. Note left behind. The notes aren't worth my attention in this mode, at least. I'm gonna start a fire actually. Because I wanted to... Oh, actually, I don't need to do it. I was thinking about making coffee, but I don't really need to make any coffee right now. You see, look, we're finding so many crackers and more coffee. Unfortunately, I don't think the coffee counts towards the food count inside the Quonset garage until you, like, actually physically make the coffee.
Thank goodness.
Some good energy bars and stuff. I'll take all the toilet water. Yeah, this building is excellent. It's just got everything you need in it. All kinds of supplies. All kinds of food. You can find tons of cloth. You can make loads of cloth.
What have we here?
Now, if I'm feeling brave, I might actually try and take down that moose if it's still back down at Coastal Highway. The problem with the moose is it won't run off, I don't think, from a gunshot. The gunshot won't startle it like it does a wolf or a deer. I have to make sure I hit it and shoot to kill. Because if I don't, it'll trample me. I'm not sure how much damage it's going to do to me if it does get me. We're going to be so heavy though, travelling back.
Just out of this stuff.
I probably should just stop searching at this point, honestly. I really don't need anything else. But the looter in me just needs to keep looting. It's a serious problem. I gotta keep looting. I'm so slow right now. Actually, how much do I weigh? 46 kilograms. Not as much as I thought I did. But I can only imagine how much we're going to weigh when we're carrying all of the stuff from the other building. I don't think we'll actually be able to move. I'm going to pop a couple of sodas because we've just got so many. Especially these ones that are like... got lower condition on them. because they'll go bad otherwise. I'll probably put the weapon away, actually. We are getting low on fatigue. So we may have to nap here before we actually can set off again. Always search under the beds as well, you never know. Found some of the best stuff under beds. It's walking particularly slow inside that room for some reason. Another toilet. At this point, I'm not afraid either of, like, any animals except for Mariner's pea coat. Oh, this coat is really good against, like, wet, but it weighs a lot. It's not worth my time.
Take this food.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get some sleep here in a moment. I'm walking so slow as well because as we're getting more tired, it's taking a toll on our guy. Don't need any more matches. We've got so many matches. I've left so many matches inside the other building. There's a rifle cleaning kit. Might be worth me actually using it. Although I'm not really sure how I use it. I don't think I've ever actually had to use it. Clean. This is where it breaks the rifle. And then I can't store it. Is the rifle getting lighter? 4.2 kilograms. I thought it was 5 kilograms, this rifle. I'm just gonna keep cleaning it. Why not? Sounds like the winds are picking up again outside. And our rifle is in full condition right now. Probably can get rid of this now. I don't really need to be carrying any more rifle clean kits, really. Right, so it's getting dark. It will be time for us to sleep here in a moment. Actually, are we coming up on Category 1 Storm Day? No, we're not. That's the next day. So, odds are we might actually be able to finish on day 12 or 13, depending on how much food we can find. No, I don't know if we have to survive for the rest of the 30 days, honestly, once we do finish collecting everything we need. Either way, let's get some sleep, and then we'll walk back to the rural crossroads. Let me get some food. I need to drink that herbal tea, I think, as well. That'll definitely help. So let's have some diabetes before we go to sleep. And we'll drink that herbal tea. So I still need to find one more fir or cedar wood. But I think I can just break up like a yeah, I should be able to just break up a big branch, honestly, and turn that into some cedar or fir wood. to get our last bit. So now we're stupidly thirsty. Let's keep drinking sodas. I don't know if I'm going to make multiple trips here to transport all the loot, or if I'm just going to grab everything and walk back. I don't think I can actually physically make the journey, though, if I do that. Let's pass time for 1 hour. That's the most important thing. I need to be able to make the journey back with all this loot. Now the good part about this building is it's got a little porch area. You can use that to see what's outside and test the weather. So let's have a look. Because this does protect us from animals. Like if a bear or a wolf was walking around, it wouldn't be able to get in. And we are able to see outside. It does shelter you a little bit from the weather as well. As you can see, it's like -12 all of a sudden, as soon as we step outside of that porch. I could use a flare for some extra warmth. That might be a good idea. But I think what I'll do is I'll get back to the crossroads and we'll see what we can do from there. I don't think I particularly need to do much else in Pleasant Valley. Especially looking at our checklist. We've got like pretty much everything else we need. I don't think we need to be grabbing any more of anything else, really. If I do see a branch along the side of the road, though, I will break it up for some firewood. Get that last little bit of firewood that we need. And I think we'll be completely set with our stuff. We'll just be gathering food, mainly. And we could go out and harvest a load of wolves, for example. Or deer out on coastal highways for the remaining calories and food if we need to. That's not going to be too much of a problem. I'm going to get back to the road because it's the most open area where we can see all around us. And then we'll carry on. So I believe this should give us, like, cedar limbs and stuff. Oh, it's not this. There's something you can break up and it gives you like cedar limbs and for firewood and stuff. You have to find a specific like type of wood though, obviously.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yeah, I don't need those painkillers. I don't even know why I'm checking this. I guess in case there's any more food. Maybe someone will hide some firewood inside the glove box. You know what I could have wanted to? I'd want to use a piece of charcoal and map this area. Cool. I just wanted to do that. I thought it'd be cool to do. Well, barring nothing else happens, I'll shorten down this section while we travel back. Have a nice walk through the snow. So I just found a cedar limb at the side of the road. I'm going to break it up. I've put that fire down for warmth and protection.
Looks like it worked.
And now we've got plenty of wood. And all is good with the world. I guess let's take the torch. And we'll keep on heading back. So, we're almost back at the rural crossroads now. I'm going to probably stop inside the shop and pick up all of the stuff inside there, and then go to the next house along. I didn't see much along the way. I did see, like, a wolf off to our left while we were coming across this bridge over here. But, I've not seen anything else going on in the area. Temperature's fairly low at the moment. But it's warm enough for us to not have to worry about it. We're going to make a stop in here, grab all the food. And carry on to our final destination. Which is just that house. And then I've got to decide on how I'm going to make it back to Coastal Highway. I'll take the lantern fuel so I can top off the lantern real quick. And then we can use that inside the cave. I didn't know we had 2 torches. Don't need the extra weight from that. Drink the sodas. And we'll head back. Now, it's going to be kind of dangerous going up to the mine from this crossroads, just because in my past experience, I've ran into a lot of wolves around this area. But I think we should be fine. I feel like there was more stuff here than I'm finding. Oh well. We did pick up a load of stuff here anyway, so I'm not too worried. I think we're carrying at least like 3 or 4 more days worth of food anyway to go into the pile of loot. And because of the way that the town and coastal highway works with all the wolves, we could easily just kill all the wolves in the village and just harvest those for the extra meat. I've got no problems doing that with how much ammo we've got. And Pleasant Valley's not been too bad to us. I thought it'd be a lot worse, especially when we had that day where it was minus 50 Celsius outside. Like, I'm surprised we were able to handle it. So, let's get in here. I'm gonna see what my weight's like when I grab everything and see if we can actually move. I gotta be careful with the fatigue. I might actually make a coffee to help with the fatigue slightly. But otherwise we're just gonna take everything and run. But obviously this is gonna be dependent on weight. And if we can actually move once we've grabbed everything, so. I'm not going to bother taking all that coffee. Oh boy, are we slow. Oh boy. Right, anything else we need from here? We need the firewood. I don't think we need anything else. I might take the hatchet. No, honestly, I don't think we need anything else from that pile. I'm going to drop the shell off. I'm gonna leave the gauntlets here. I don't think I'm gonna need those. And then, I think there was a fireplace in this building, wasn't there? Man, I'm so slow. Well, I'm not surprised I'm 51 kilograms in weight at the moment. I'll go outside and make a coffee. Use some accelerant. Make sure we get it going.
Worked.
And I'll throw a stick or two on. I could actually probably drop that coal. I don't think I'll need it. Let's see. Coffee. I'll make a couple of coffees so that we can keep our fatigue from getting too low. Because all this weight's definitely going to bring our fatigue down. This is probably the last cup of coffee I can make. Yep. I can try. Yep, the embers are doing it. And suddenly, really heavy winds. I'm actually moving pretty fast all of a sudden. Let's drink one of these coffees real quick. Preferably a hot one. Now, the wind is blowing really hard. Ooh, it's minus 18. I gotta make a decision here. We're not on storm day, are we? No, we're not. I could wait inside of the house for the storm to pass. I'm gonna do that just because it's gonna be really cold otherwise. And because of how slow we're gonna be moving, we might not be able to make it all the way up to the mine. So let's come in here and pass some time. That's our best option, I think. Let's pass an hour. Still going. Let's try another one. You know what? Let's sleep for 2 hours. Reduce our fatigue a little bit. And also pass time. Cool, we did it. Right. I'll drink a soda and I'll drink another coffee. And we'll get going once more. Actually, why don't I just eat some cattails? I was boasting about cattails all the way through, like, the end of last episode and the start of this one. I should actually have some. Now let's have a coffee. And I think I'm gonna have a quick drink of water just to finish topping off my hydration. And then we'll get moving. I'm trying to decide what I want to do next to the Long Dark if we complete this challenge. And I may leave that down to you guys. I don't know whether to do a different challenge of, you know, your choice. Or if I should possibly go ahead and do another interloper attempt or something. I don't know. Let me know what you want to see next on Long Dark, because I kind of want to play it some more once we beat this challenge or once we fail this challenge. It'd probably be helpful if the wind wasn't blowing in our direction. We're going to power through this wind, though. Get ourselves up the hill, get into that mine, and call it an episode there, I think. And in the next episode, we might actually be able to finish the challenge. As long as we don't die going up here. So I'm going to try and get myself up against the rocks here to lower the impact of the wind. It'll lower the impact of the wind both in force and in temperature, which is good for us. We're actually warming up in this cold weather right now. And it'll be helpful because it blocks the wind and it stops us from getting blown by it. So we can actually, you know, walk without it blowing us, slowing us down. I don't remember how much of this hill we got to climb, but if you do remember, we did cross the road, sort of up here a little bit. So we should be able to walk up the way I came down, ideally, without having to make a really long trip around another area. I must have come down this spot, if I had to guess. My main fear is if we run into a bear, we might not be able to take it down before it actually attacks us. We'll need a good shot on it. Or, you know, at least 2 good shots on it. This wind is terrible. So once we get across here, we'll go up to... We'll keep on walking up to the mountainside there, and we should be able to find a path again to the mine. Man, this wind's getting heavy again. Well, for the sake of time, I think once we get in the mine, I'll cut it off again, and I'll walk back through the mine off screen, and we'll be ready for the next episode to climb down to Coastal Highway. This is where I'm going to end up, like, losing my way to the mine. Being lost in the wilderness forever. With wolves and bears. And the cold. I'm pretty sure it's just over here. I should have really done my map when I left the mine. Use my charcoal up. But it's too late to be concerned about that now. And the wind's actually helping us a little bit here because it's blowing us the direction we want to be walking. So it's kind of helpful. Night is coming. And the wind's getting stronger. Still. I'm going to try and use some of these trees to block the wind on our back. As we walk past them. Luckily, we're in a pretty good position with all of our stats. It might have been this part here. See, it's not really an obvious place, this mine. It's not a very obvious sort of spot compared to the mines on some of the other areas. It's easy to miss this one. Ah, yeah, this looks like it. It's just fairly easy to miss this one in comparison to some of the other mines you can use in this game. We're almost there though now. It's been quite a climb. Especially with all this weight on us. This is what happens when you are 20 kilograms overweight. Look at that sky, it's scary. So dark and
Getting dark out here.
snowy.
Time to look for shelter.
But here's the mine. So we're safe. So guys, we made it to the mine. Let's light a flare. And I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Long Dark Whiteout Challenge. In the next episode, we'll climb down to Coastal Highway with all of our loot. I do believe we've got everything we need at this point, except for water, which we can easily create once we get to the Quonset garage. Tinder, we've got quite a lot of that at the moment, and there's tons of it back at the Quonset garage. Reclaim wood. But that should be not too bad to get because there should be a lot of furniture in the buildings around the Quonset garage building. Soft and hardwood won't be a problem because we've got all that now. And days of food, we've got quite a bit. I think we've got at least 3 or 4 days of food on us right now. But we definitely have to go hunting for some more food, I think. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. And again, let me know what you want to see next after this challenge is done. Because I'd like to do some more Long Dark afterwards. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.